Hello, welcome back to Summoners War. I'm your host, LPO Tree. Today we're going to go quickly over the new patch that we just got. We got some more quests that we do, and I guess you have to do them one at a time. So that'll be kind of fun. Not really. But eventually you'll get one of the new scrolls and a Devilmon. So what are the new scrolls? There it is. Nothing. You can get light and dark, and that's the biggest part of it. And you got a bunch of packs that you can buy that's probably not worth it. So what are the actual... Darn it. Oh. So the new scrolls... are not here. At least we know the rates of the light and dark. Luckily we got good old Google. Let's lower that. So these are the rates of the new Legendary All Attribute Scroll. So 0.4. You compare that to the LD right now, 0.35. So 0.4 is, I think it's 1 in 250. So this is probably 1 in 260, 270, something like that. So you have a higher chance of getting the LD5, but it's still low. So 1 in 250 of these new scrolls to guarantee, will be your average rate for LD Nat 5. So we just get another chance as long as we get more of these scrolls, but we'll still probably get a lot more of the LD scrolls and get it from there. Let's see the default for this, 7.5 and then a 6. So you have a higher chance of getting a Nat 4 LD here than you do here. By a good amount. Actually. This seems lower though. So 7.1% chance to get a Nat 5. This is an 8% chance. All the other ones are 8. So you have a less chance of getting an actual Nat 5, but a higher chance of getting an LD Nat 4, which I guess would be good in a different sort of way. But that's how you're going to look for that. Let's see. So the other part really was the balance patch and units that I can play with. Except for that one and this one. So let's look at Chow. Chow got this thing. I don't think this is that big a deal. Can now remove one harmful effect, including stuns. I think this should be a 2. It should be like Rakuni. I mean, that's simple, right? If it's just 1, I think you still rather use Camilla as a tank, water tank. This one, this would be kind of interesting. Attacks up to 8 times as the number of enemies is less. Like, I was thinking maybe this is 8 divided by the number of enemies on the field. So if there are 4 units, then 8 divided by 4 will be 2 attacks, so 2 AoEs. And I'm thinking even 8 divided by 3 will still be about 2 until it gets to something else like 2 units left, and then there'll be 4 attacks. And there's 1 unit left, it'll be all 8. That kind of makes sense, but we'll try it out. Ryu got the nerf, minus 10% chance. See if it strips anything. I use him on my attack offense all the time on Arena. We'll get to the Water Dawson. This thing we'll test to see if this is the actual 100% resistance, or is it just resistance is a lie and he still sucks. Try that later. Charlotte, she got the extra 10% attack bar boost. I think that's not the reason why she's bad. The skill doesn't make much sense. You're basically having an attack bar booster move before your stripper. So this only situation where this is okay is if you have a Tiana and you're doing a double attack bar booster. Because ideally you want her to move first, attack bar boost, and then you can strip and set everyone else up. Unless maybe you have a Triton who's a fast speed, but then you need a fast speed there, and then a fast speed here too. I think maybe that's one of those situations. I tried to use her in a double attack bar booster with her and Barbara, and then Gemini and Eludia, the Phoenix. It didn't work very well. So let's just talk about the Phoenix really quickly. He's still stuck with this 1 turn defense break, and that's really all he's good for. He still has his random dungeon defense leader skill. If you didn't know, Before the patch where it gave him extra 5 speed, he was the lowest HP, defense, and speed for all the LD5s. So basically a glass cannon. So now he's a little bit faster, but I don't know if this is that impressive. Especially when you're looking at the light OG, who now went to 120. From 105 to 120 as a stripper. Same job that this one had. In fact, this was her old awakening ability, whatever you call it. So I don't know. Maybe I'll rerun him for Swift, see if he's relevant, see if I can use him more than I would use the Water Ryu because he lost his stripping situation. Logan's third skill, he's kind of fun because he not turn cycles, he just gets more and more turns. But he's not max skilled, so I think that's the reason why I kind of stopped using him. This thing now is a guaranteed crit hit, hits twice. So his brother, who also got, he was my fake 5, so I built him anyway because he was done anyway. He was also Hall of Heroes, so his third skill, which already didn't always guarantee a crit, now ignores damage reduction effects and ignores effects that resist death. So maybe we can actually kill something pretty easily with this skill. Well, we'll try it because I don't have a Raki, so he might fill the Raki spot. Wind Ryu, he got his thing where now it doesn't glance. So that was probably the biggest problem with this. If you could get enough accuracy on it, this is mine, 63, and I think he has artifacts that increase that too. I thought, maybe not, maybe I did. But so 63% accuracy. So the problem was after you kill the water and the wind unit, you're stuck with this fire unit who's usually tanky, and you can't kill it because, well, basically it's going to be a Kamoon. So consider Kamoon with this stupid shield, and you need to strip the shield, do the defense break, and then you can do damage. So at any point, if you glance on a fire unit, which happens a lot, the whole thing is done. So his combo would never work. And so you can never kill a Kamoon with Wind Ryu for that reason. He is actually good for those teams that is like Kamoon Vigor, because Vigor has a low defense. You can probably one-shot the Vigor no matter what it does. So even those stupid buffs that anti-crit, you basically strip, and then you crit, and then you crit again, and then he's dead. So he's good against Vigors. This thing, I think she's still bad. So Karma, they can type as much as they want. This thing is still broken, still sucks. So unless they fix this to actually kill something, or maybe work on passives, or something where this is actual punishment for a unit, then this will be good. For most situations with this kind of skill where it's a 3-turn cooldown, it does it, and then that's it, they would probably buff it to where it gets the free turn at least. But then her rest of her kit is not very much better anyway. Her multipliers suck, so if you put her on some weird Lucian build, you don't do damage at all. But she gets more turns, and then this thing gets cooldowns if it does use skills with cooldown times. If it works on passive, you can do this on a Triana, then it'd be great, but it doesn't, so it sucks. And then if you put Karma on things, you'll never get the attack bar because the other team doesn't use the skills with cooldown times. It's kind of dumb. But so's that skill. Windy's probably the one build that you probably want. What's this for? Dungeons? So because it can't be defense broken, he's probably good against Carcanos and good against Savannas. Every time he gets hit, or once per turn, he'll get a shield that's equivalent to 10% of his max HP. Unfortunately, his HP is under 10k, so even with like triple, and I don't know, I don't have much of the side stuff at the moment, but hard to get him with high health. But we'll try him out to see if he can be our new wind tank. Last one to talk about is this Dull Sim. So after a while, I realized that his passive now made it to where he always gets the 100% chance if his passive is going to activate. So what would happen normally if he didn't get hit, his first attack will get 100% additional damage, and then his second attack was normal. So now what they did is made the second attack also get 100% additional damage, or yeah, additional damage. And so now they both do it. The weird thing and a weird kind of bug glitch problem with him is that if his passive activates and you get your second turn, he'll never violent proc. I don't know if that's built into his kit or whatever it was, but if you watch all the videos, any video that anyone ever made of a water doll sim, he'll never violent proc after his passive activates. So on the rare occasions where he does get hit and his passive wouldn't activate, he'll be like a normal attack. He can violent proc if he has violent runes after that one, after the normal attack, and then his passive will activate, and that'll be his turn 1 on the violent turn. So he get the 100% bonus, and then because he didn't get hit from there, he'll passive activate for the second turn and get the 100% bonus too. So let me see that really again so it's a little bit more clear. If he gets hit, he'll take a normal turn without the bonus. He can violent proc on that turn, and then he'll get the 100% bonus because he didn't get hit when he got the violent proc turn, and then his passive will activate and he'll get the third turn with the 100% also. So a normal turn, the violent proc turn, and then the passive proc turn. And then after that, there's nothing. There's never a time where his passive will activate and he'll get the an additional violent proc. It's just not built in. It's not something encoded saying no. Otherwise it'd be too broken. But we can always test that, right? So anyway, that's what we have to look forward to. There's nothing much else in this patch. So this was the only unit that recommended to build. Everything else is just kind of there. You bring them out of storage. I even have a Trevor, but I think Trevor is kind of over and done with. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'm LP Tree. Have a good night, good day, and a goodbye.